Welcome to the McAllister Report. We join John McAllister, top football evaluator, as he shares wisdom and interviews coaches and athletes from around the country. Enjoy today's podcast.
Hello, my name is John McAllister, and this is the McAllister Scouting Report. And today we're going to go around the state, and I'm going to talk with a very, very, very good defensive lineman in the 2025 class, Trey Verdon from Hamilton High School. Trey just committed to Iowa State University. He's got has one more year high school, but he committed to Iowa State. We're going to talk with him later, get to know him. I met him last year down at the spring football camp at Hamilton High School. Awfully quick, goes after the football, relentless, and makes good plays. A little short by some standards, but I think he's going to be an exceptionally defensive player at Iowa State. So if you would sit back and enjoy my video podcast with Trey Verdon. Okay, like I said earlier, my guest today is from Hamilton High School. The coach at Hamilton High School is an old friend of mine, and I've known some guys, Ed Menery, who was there many, many years ago. But Trey Verdon is a defensive lineman, defensive tackle, defensive end, running back. What else? You linebacker, you play a lot of positions down in Hamilton. And how is it going?
It's going good. It's going good. With all the positions, like you said, I just want to help my team out as much as I can. Our team flipped. I don't know if you talked to Coach Crouch at all about it, but we just went from 3-7 to 8-4 and winning our first playoff game, which was huge. So it's been going good.
And he's a good coach.
Yes, sir.
He knows his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've known him for a long time. Let's talk about why football. What did you get into football for? Because you're a little tiny undersized, but why football? How'd you get into it?
I'd say when I first started young, my dad, I don't know if you know or not, but he played in the NFL. So he was kind of more like at least try it out. So I got into it. I found out I liked hitting people. So, I took my love for that, and I just figured, why not make something out of it? Why not get some scholarships? Make some long lasting friends with it. All that. So
that's really good. Super. We want to say real quickly, and you have had a good role model. Malik is playing at Iowa State right now.
Yes, sir.
Right? And he's done really, really well. I know that. And he's playing. Is it a free safety? Or he's playing back there, I think, at free. I can't remember.
I couldn't say exact position, but I know he comes down a lot. I know he stops the run and all that.
Okay, so. That's really neat. I mentioned your dad. Is there anybody else that's kind of pushed you along and said, hey, keep your head up, get your butt going and stuff like that? Anybody like that?
My mom, most definitely. She's been a huge support. She's helped me with all of my training, everything like that. Even just the recruiting process, because she's been through with Malik, Gabe, and my brother Gabe, and she's seen my dad do it too. So she has a lot of experience with it. So she's helped a lot.
So she's your agent, huh?
Yeah. Lamar Jackson's mom is his agent.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
He's got to make a lot of money with you guys.
Yeah. But I say another one is definitely my D-line coach, Coach Spees. He's also our strength coach.
What's his name?
Coach Spees.
Okay.
So he's most definitely helped. There's been a lot of days where we just go onto the field, just me and him. We'll work on our craft together, and he's got me a lot stronger in the weight room and everything. He's built my body up.
He's done a good job.
Oh yeah.
I saw. We talked earlier. I think you're committed to Iowa State.
Yes, sir.
And but I was doing homework, and you had a lot of other offers from schools too.
Yes,
And
sir.
your brother's there. Anything else that, and we'll get away from recruiting here, but anything else that appealed to you about Iowa State?
Um, First, I will say that Malik being there actually, like, I feel like was a little deterrent for me because you know how siblings have that rivalry in them. So like, I want to go do my own thing. So
Yeah.
when I was considering my decisions, I like Malik was there, so I was like, okay. But then I got up to actually go see the staff and like the community and just everything, and it was crazy. I mean, the basketball game, the Kansas versus Iowa State basketball game, the crowd was going crazy, you know, everything like that. But more importantly, like my position coach, Coach Rashid, I feel like we connected. You know, he's a lot like me, my personality wise. I like the way he taught and everything. And I got to meet Coach Campbell. On top of that, you know, he seemed like a very humble person. He felt like he meant everything he said because you know in this world there are a lot of liars and there's not a lot non-liars. You got to pick through them. So I felt
Cool.
like I just met a group of people that were non-liars. That makes sense.
That's really good. And there are a lot of people that exaggerate. Coach Campbell is a good friend of mine, I told you. And
Just saying.
Coach Rashid, you know what? He's too quiet. He's got to show more emotions and things like that. He's also a good friend of mine. So
Is he?
if these guys see that, he is a very intense competitor and a great guy, great personality.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
You know that. Okay. And I talk to you college prospects and really good players. And one of the things I ask, is there anything that kind of motivates you, like with posters or sayings, or is there any saying that you have you kind of think about? You know, I did one last night, and the player said, "It's not over till it's over." And I thought that was really, really good. You know, there are other ones. Anything you live by like that? Any motivational thing you think about?
I always liked one. It's kind of like a more wrestling term, but you know, Dan Gable. He said, I'm pretty sure it's Dan Gable, but he said, "I shoot, I score. You shoot, I score." I always like took that to the heart.
Yeah.
If someone else shoots on you, you can always turn it back on them and make it into your profit. So I always thought that was just super inspirational.
Really, really good. Okay, on my first silly question, I have a couple of them. If you could hang out, if you could be around somebody for one day, change places, one day, and it can be anybody, who would it be? Who would
Are
you
you
like?
saying I would be them or I would hang out with them?
No, I'm sorry, you be them.
I'd
Yeah,
be
you
them.
be them. Yeah. Or hang out with, but be them. If you could
I
change places, who would it be?
I'd say it'd be Aaron Donald, if anyone. You
I
know,
guess.
yeah, because he's a lot like me, and you know, like the size wise, and a lot of people said he couldn't do it, like a lot of people tell me, but you know, he made his way through all the adversity and all that, and I just want to see what his daily life would be like, if anything. I want to see what he does, how he trains, how he eats, how he just talks to people in general. You know, I would love to be that for a day.
You know, I should know this, but he went to a Mac school, didn't he?
He wants to
He
Pitt.
Oh, he went to Pitt?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay. I must be thinking of somebody else. Oh,
There's
yeah, the guy from, I think he played up at Eastern Michigan or Central Michigan.
you're thinking of Max Crosby, I think.
Yeah, Max
Yep.
Crosby. Okay. What's school like? Is school like a foreign country to you, or how do you like school? How's school going?
Oh, school is like number one in my house. I don't know. My mom's a teacher. She's a kindergarten teacher, so she doesn't play about that stuff. You know, I have a 4.0, so I definitely stay on top of school and all that. So
That's really good. And she's got a tough job being a kindergarten teacher. I think it has to be, those people have to be the best.
oh yeah,
I'm a retired junior high teacher, and I think
uh,
I have to be pretty good too, but I loved it. Okay. Let's talk football now, real quickly. Defensive lineman, what are your strengths, Trey?
I definitely say my speed. My speed is definitely something that sets me apart from others. Not even in a cocky way, just in like a I feel like, I just feel it in games in general. You know, when I get on my stance, I feel like I can see the O lineman still. Like I get out and they're still sitting there. I feel like that's definitely an advantage that I have. My low center of gravity, I can't be pushed over too easily because of, my size.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people in my position don't have because, people look for more lanky and taller people. So I feel like that definitely helps, especially because O linemen aren't used to people my size. So.
And or your quickness.
Oh yeah.
You disengage. I think one of the things is you disengage on contact. I mean, you don't make you come off the edge, and you don't necessarily make contact, but when you have contact, you get off the block.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like I told you that before we came on, I watched your highlights and a couple times. Excuse me, same thing. You come off the edge. Go ahead. What else do you like? What else you think you're good at?
I feel like my hips and hands. I feel like I have a very good technique. I train it a whole lot, just for my brothers and my coach constantly 24/7. I go to the field all the time and I just work it over and over and over again. And you can see a bit of it on my highlights. Like people call them flashy moves, but I don't feel like they're flashy more of. I feel like you just have to like set them up, if that makes sense.
Oh, I think the words that they use are angry hands or violent hands.
Oh yeah.
No, because you have those. Your hands are moving. Plus, you keep your feet moving, I think. And then one more thing I would tell you. I did a bunch of things I wrote down. Quarterback pressures. You do a great job at that. But a lot of that stuff is. But the other thing you really do well, you're quick in a small space. You have really good quickness. The other thing is you're able to redirect. Whatever position you play, that's why we talked about linebacker. Man, you're able to redirect your feet and you're able to stop and go and make tackles. Not only
Yes,
just
sir.
do that, but I've watched you when you were in a 2-point, just standing there and you were waiting for the running back to go, and then you make a tackle. So I think your feet are really, really good. How much do you weigh?
I'm weighing 230 right now.
Okay. See, that's, you got another year of high school, but when you get to college, they're going to put 30 pounds on you like a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a heartbeat, they'll be doing that. That's
And
good.
I'm trying to get my speed up. I'm running like a 4.6 right now. And I'm thinking when I get to college, I want to be running like either like a high 4.4 or a low 4.5.
Okay. Well, if you run 4.6 every time, you're doing pretty well. I know what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
it's laser, so I think it's accurate.
That's pretty good if it's laser time. But I think the other thing is sometimes you say, well, people will tell me I've run a 4.5. Okay. And then they run a 100-meter dash in like 11.6. I said, man, you didn't run for it. You coached that last, 60 yards or 60 meters. But anyway, you have your feet, your quickness, and all those things, and your toughness. I watched you work out last spring. Remember down at Hamilton, you worked out a little bit. I don't know if you worked out when the high school showcase there at your school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much you worked out, but you did some, and I watched you there. Then I think I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back. Talk about has there been I call it scrapbook moment. Has there been a time that you made a couple plays or you did something early now in your career where you'll talk about 10 years from now? You and your buddies will sit around drinking a cup of coffee at McDonald's, probably worse than that, but you'll sit around and talk. What would be a highlight for you?
This wasn't even a defense one, it's actually the offense one. I definitely say this year was our first playoff one ever. So I was playing running back and they gave me the ball and they said you have to get 6 yards for a first down. And if you get those 6 yards, that's game. Like we win.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I got the ball. I looked around, I see a hole, I just took it, and I think I like ran over one person or two. I couldn't tell you, I was kind of like blurred in the moment, but I'd say that most definitely is like a memory I will have forever.
Yeah.
Just seeing everyone jumping up and down and like Because I didn't even know if I got the first down or not until I heard people start like yelling and stuff.
Man, you're just running, right? Focused. Okay, let's go to something different. And I think it's really important for guys like you. You know, now with Huddle and with phones and cameras and all that stuff. Okay, how important is film study? Do you do much of that? Do you do much film
Oh yeah.
study?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think it's
Why?
extremely important to study the person you're going against. There's a lot of things that can make or break in my case like a pass rush. There's a lot of things I would change my game on depending on what the other person's game is. If they throw their hands too early, I'm gonna do a certain move. If they lean forward whenever they punch, I'm gonna exploit it. There's 3,000 different ways I use reasons I watch film, but
Well,
film
that's
study is
really
definitely
good.
extremely important to me.
And then after a while, you just get a feel for it.
Oh yeah.
Watch film and watch film of the opponent. And maybe I don't know how many games you watch, but you pretty soon get a feel for it and
Oh
everything
yeah.
and know what they're going to do. I think that's really good, exceptional. And we talked earlier about linebacker. Yeah, your size. And now if you run a 4.5 and you're quick, you better be playing linebacker, man. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be able to run and change direction. That's such a good thing. You have so many options to be able to do.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, that's really good. Let me see. I don't want. What advice would you give to a freshman? Freshman, this summer or this even late, like early August, and things are dragging, and a freshman or a sophomore, really a sophomore, not getting a lot of reps. What would you tell him? He's about ready to hang it up, right? About ready to bag it. Well, what would you tell him?
The first thing I would say to that person is, I guess I would ask them a question more. I'd ask them if they're getting work outside of the team workouts. And if they said no, my first thing I would say is get some work outside of team workouts. 99% of the guys you'll see that are getting all these offers and stuff like that, or just doing good in general, are doing stuff outside of the team workouts. They put in extra time.
Yeah.
That's something that coaches say all the time, but a lot of people don't actually do it. So that'd be my first thing. But if they said that they do, I'd say just go back and revalue yourself. Like watch your film back,
Yeah.
see what you do wrong.
Yeah.
Just this little, because there people don't realize how like a little mistake in your technique.
Okay, you're there. Good. Okay. And like I said, we're talking with Trey Verdon. Okay, Trey, let's go a couple other areas. Okay. Your senior year, okay, energy is really important. Energy is huge. I have energy at 75. Your coach has energy. All those guys have energy. What kind of energy are you going to bring to your team?
If I'm being honest with you, I feel like it depends on what energy
You're
my
a
team brings
senior.
to me.
What's
What you
that?
say? I, I,
You're
said- I feel like it depends on what energy my team brings to me. If they bring, because there's good energy and there's excited good energy and there's bad excited energy. There's a bad excited energy where you just start to get loose. Oh, we winning. All this stuff, and then I think in that case I would bring constructive energy. I would, hey, this is good, but we need to lock in. We need to make sure we're doing all things right. Throughout practice and all that. But if they're bringing good energy, I'm gonna bring good energy back. I'm gonna support my teammates any way I can. If that means like me getting water for them, whenever I'm off, and they tell me, oh, we need water. Where's water? Where's water? I'm gonna run on the field and give them water. I'll bring whatever energy my
Are
team
you a
needs.
yeller? Are you a yeller? Are you a get in your face kind of guy? Or are you just a solid guy?
I'm gonna get in your face type of guy.
You kind of are, I think, just by
Yeah,
watching you and stuff. But you can walk your talk, which is huge. And players respect that, I think.
yeah.
You do that. Okay, that's really good. Good energy. I never heard bad energy before. Bad energy means you're just getting lazy and cocky after you're getting way ahead. Is
Yeah,
that bad? Okay?
yeah. That's what I think it is.
You taught me something there, Trey. Okay. What do you hope? These things go so fast. We're at 18 and a half minutes. What do you hope your teammates say about you behind your back? What do you hope they say? Huh?
Hey, for my younger teammates, I hope they're like a little scared of me. You know, I hope they're like, bro,
Say
lock in, Trey's coming
intimidated.
late. I hope it's kind of like that.
Intimidated.
But
Intimidated, not scared.
yeah, intimidated.
So what about your teammates up like seniors in the 2020, 25 class, 26? What do you hope they say?
I hope they see me as just like a supporter. You know, a guy that if after they had a bad play, they know they can walk up to me and not have to worry about getting like necessarily like chewed out. But I'll give them constructive criticism, like, hey, you cool, but like next time just do this or do that or do this. You know, just be a supporter.
What about I'm going to come and recruit you? Okay. What is the best quality that you have? The best quality. Let's get away from football, but just as a person, because you're going to have to be a good person to play for Matt Campbell.
Right.
I mean, he's a quality guy.
Yeah.
What kind of quality do you have? The best one?
I'd say my best quality I have is just being respectful, if anything. I mean, my mom, you know, I said she's a teacher before, so she's always taught me to treat people with the utmost respect. So I just say be that, you know, just giving constant respect to people.
Okay, that's really good. Well, I'm about finished here. And my last one, coming into your senior year, what has there ever been a time where you needed to step it up in your whole career where you said, hey, I gotta get after it. I gotta get work harder. I gotta step it up. Was there ever a time like that? I call it when the light came on. And was there ever a time, Trey, when the light came on for you, when you said, hey, I've got to really get better, and then you just took off and went with it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'd say it was definitely my freshman year. You know, they had me playing varsity my freshman year. And you know, I was pretty small, I'd say. I was like 5'10", like 180 pounds playing defensive line. But I went against Fairfield, and they were the first super big O line I've ever gone against. And I remember every hit I took from them felt like I was getting hit by a semi truck. And so after I went through that, you know, and you know, I got like clowned on film a little bit, like, oh, look at Trey, he's pancaked. I put an alarm on my phone every single day. I still have it going on. It says at 12 o'clock, it says, don't forget, you know, just because it made me feel some type of way. You know, I sat there and I thought for a long time to myself, like, I need to change if I want to keep doing this. So
Yeah, that's really good. Good. Well, Trey Verdon, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Okay.
thank you for inviting me.
And you've done a great job so far. And I'll look forward to seeing you next spring at your showcase.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Again, thank you very much, Trey. I really appreciate it.
No
Okay.
problem. Thank you for having me.